Hello there, I wish you wisdom. How are you guys feeling today? Let me know in the comments down below. In this video, I want to speak to you about how to find your true calling, how to know your life mission. In 2016, I went into a personal crisis. I was literally walking on the street one day and I couldn't figure out why I am not happy. I knew that to be happy is actually a choice, but it felt like I left myself as a person somewhere in a closet. I was thinking, okay, so I succeeded in buying my own house. I have a fiancé who I absolutely adore. I reached a great position in the company for which I work, but I am not happy. And back then, I couldn't figure it out. So I started to ask myself, is this all there is? In life, small opportunities arise in order to show you what to do next and to figure things out. But we must be aware and to catch them. So that's the time when I started to speak with my intuition, with myself. And what do I mean by starting to speak with myself? I literally mean sitting alone in my kitchen with 2 mugs of tea on my table, one for me and the other for my intuition. And I started to speak with myself, like I would speak to another person. And when I said for the first time, "Hello Nico, we need to speak," I felt in my heart the most intense feeling. You know, that type of feeling that you get when you say goodbye to someone or you meet again someone that you really love. That's the feeling that I got. I made a habit from that very day to speak to myself, to speak with my mind, to speak with my body, and I started to speak with my spirit. And what a blessing that was for me. Later on, I heard from different sources that in order to understand yourself better, you need to do a full recap of your life, starting from today to the days that you were very little. So I started to write down all the events, still the very small ones that I thought are not important. I wrote down everything, the big events, the small events, my childhood. And as I was doing that, because let me tell you, it's a long process, but it's worth it. So as I was doing that, I started to understand more from where my anger, my frustration are coming from. And as I was writing down this recap, I cried a lot, but it was such a good inner healing. And when I started to write down about my childhood, I fully understood why I felt incomplete. I felt incomplete because I was no longer doing the things that I loved to do when I was a child. I always loved art. I went to the art museum a lot when I was a child, but not with my parents, but with my art teacher. And I want to tell you something. I don't know how to draw. I'm really bad at drawing. And since I was young, I would take these magazines that my mom used to buy. And because I was not good enough at drawing, I would cut pictures from these magazines and I would try to recreate what I had in my imagination. And then I used paint to fill the gaps, or to paint a hand the way that I wanted, or to decorate a dress. So I was good at layering paint and pictures together in order to bring the results that I wanted on my canvas. And I had this idea. So this idea came to me while I was looking at a painting done by Picasso. And to me, that painting appears to be made from different pieces put together. So when I wrote that down while I was doing my recap for my life, I realized that that was the activity in which I lost myself the most. But as I grew, because I didn't receive support at all in order to continue to do the activities that brought me joy as a child, I lost contact with those activities. Then in high school, I started to make money out of editing stuff in Photoshop. And as I practiced and practiced, I learned that you can add paintbrushes in this program in Photoshop, and you can actually paint by using this program. So I did that for a while. Then, as I continued to grow and to get older, I lost contact again with that activity and many other activities as well. But when I did this full recap, I've started to observe a pattern, okay, in different stages of my life. And along these patterns, two words were always present. The words were magic and mystery. So I started to look into that, to see. And I must say, I had many weird experiences and dreams in my life, and as I was young. And after looking at my life a bit closer, I started to realize the meaning of them. I believe that a full recap of our life is really essential. To look in the past, to learn our lesson. Because what you did in the past influences you in the present, and what you do today will be reflected in your future. Doing shadow work means to look at every event that happened to us from this very moment till the days that we were very little, and to see the truth about who we really are and what do we really enjoy doing. When we were really young, our main life purpose was looking at us, just waiting to be grabbed. Go back and find your purpose, because you will find it in your childhood, but you have to go back and to speak to that child again. Have a great day.